So hey, what's up guys, Roblox here and welcome back to our F1 2018 career mode. So here we are then for the next round, which is going to be, I'm not sure what the next round is, let's quickly find out what the next round is. The next round is, oh my god, I can't see what the next round is, where is it? Season results, it is Silverstone, our home Grand Prix. So let's take a look over the season so far. We're almost halfway through our first season, and as you can see, Vettel is absolutely dominating from Bottas and then Hamilton. So the Mercedes are struggling this year. They can't handle Vettel, who's had an absolutely amazing start to this season, but he didn't take the win out in Austria, which was the last round, which is where we got our second place, our first podium, which is an absolutely fantastic result there. Taking a look at the standings, you can see we're in 6th place and Kimi Räikkönen's next, 25 points ahead of us, so we can close in. I'm feeling confident, but we do actually have to replace the MG UK this round, so I'm going to apply that component, so that's going to be going through. Is there anything else that we need to upgrade? So we've got overall 45% on this engine, so this internal combustion engine is at 45% currently, so we could be down on power a little bit, which is not what we want. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fit a brand new internal combustion engine, but then we're going to have to start taking penalties unless we go back to some old engines, but that's going to cause us some problems. But a new energy store is what we're going to need as well. Turbocharger is fine, and we'll go for a new control electronics, so some new parts being fit to the engine this weekend. The gearbox is looking 37%, it'll be replaced soon. I'm just going to leave the gearbox until we're told to replace it. But you can see in the development tree, we're not too far away from Red Bull and McLaren, Mercedes and Ferrari. So you can see that over the past few rounds, especially the last few rounds, we've been climbing up in terms of development. As you can see, we've got 9th, 6th, 7th, 11th, 7th, 6th, 6th, 8th and 2nd. So we've not had some bad results at all. And this career mode, apart from the first 3 episodes, was... well, the first 3 episodes was on 95%, and then the rest has been on 100%. So maybe it's time to up the difficulty. We'll see how this round goes, and then we'll take it from there. But for now, let's get in. We've got some development to do to our car. Oh, go away. Rivalry. Okay, who are we going to pick as my rival? I'm going to pick Daniel Ricciardo. Oh, do I pick Daniel Ricciardo as my rival? Or Lewis Hamilton? Lewis Hamilton's going to outrace us all the time. So we've beaten him. We'll go for Daniel. Oh, we've already beaten Daniel Ricciardo. We'll go for Daniel Ricciardo. Take on the Red Bulls. Come on, we're gonna go up in the world. We've got 1 pole position, 1 podium. I'm absolutely loving that screen right now. But let's get into the R&D tree. Right, what can we do here? So we've got this little thing here that's been put on. We could put this major upgrade. Oh, let's go for this major upgrade. This is going to push our engine to one of the best if we can get it, but I guarantee there's going to be problems. So let's get into the next practice session at Silverstone. Right then, so here we are for the first practice session. Let's get out on track acclimatization, do this program. It shouldn't be too hard. I've just noticed it's wet weather. That is a disaster. I should probably check what the weather's going to be doing in qualifying and the race, and then try and build a setup around that. Why does it put us on the wet tyres when it's not even wet? What? Why did this game do this to me? So it's actually dry, it's not wet. It's just the game decides to put me on the wets. Very strange. So let's try again, shall we? So you can see we managed to do the track acclimatization in the end. I'm going to do the standard. We'll go for fuel management and then qualifying pace and then get into qualifying. So we're just 2.5 tenths off of the lap we need, so we're going to keep pushing and see if we can do it. So we ended up doing okay. We struggled a little bit there with that one, but if we take a look at the standings, so the soft tyres, we are about a second off of our teammates so far, but it's only practice, and I think we got a lot more pace in the car, so let's try the qualifying session. Right, so I just realised that these aren't the wet tyres, they're the new hards. What are the new hard tyres? Are the hyper hards or ultra hards? I don't know what they're called. I haven't tried them out yet. We had an opportunity to try them out, but I thought they were the wet tyres. I'm such an idiot. Wow, let's get out for this qualifying practice then. Here we go then, across the line. We managed to get 2nd place there. That is a good result for us there. So at the end of the first practice session, you can see we were 2nd the running. I'm not sure why Verstappen got a 1:12.3 lap time, so that's a bit strange. But we were a second faster than Fernando Alonso. Wow, we really do now have some pace, and I definitely think we might have to turn up the difficulty. Maybe I've just gotten better at this game, but the McLaren is definitely developing into a nice car. So next episode, or as early as possible, I'm going to up it to maybe 103%, see whether that balances it out again, but we'll have to see how this race goes. So let's get into qualifying. So what I'm going to do for this session, I'm going to change the car setup to this one, slightly more top end speed, which should help us out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to accelerate a little bit of time, see if we get a few people out on track, get a few laps on the board, and then yeah, let's go out now and see if we can get pole position again. I doubt it, although Silverstone is pretty similar to Austria in the way it's quite high end top speed, intense, but we'll just see what happens. So let's get out on track. So we're coming to start our first flying lap then here at our home Grand Prix. Can we get a good result? No, we can't. Wow. Okay.
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
Okay then. Okay then. What happened here? We came through turn 1, DRS open, DRS closing, lost the rear, and wow, a mistake in qualifying. No, that's not what you want. That's an absolute disaster. At our home Grand Prix as well, we could have had a chance of getting a really solid. That's so annoying. So we're gonna have it all to do tomorrow in the race. So let's skip ahead to the end of qualifying. This is a session to forget. Right then, so Hamilton took pole at his home Grand Prix. Alonso did a 29 flat. We could have done decent in qualifying, but we binned it at turn 1 on the first lap. So let's just get into the race then and see if we can make up any grounds here at our home ground. So here we are on the start of this grid then. We have 13 laps ahead of us and we're not in last place, and the lights weren't going to go green there as we've bogged massive amounts of wheel spinner, and that was a horrendous start to this Grand Prix. And what is going on here? We're trying to find our way around the back of people. We're going to turn deployment down as we come up the inside of many cars here. Slotting behind Romain Grosjean. Who's that out wide? It's Leclerc. I know, it's Ericsson following us through. We're coming up the inside of the Haas car there, so we get a massive kick of oversteer. This McLaren around here at Silverstone is now struggling with some wheel spin problems. And Alonso is all the way back in 16th place. What has gone on here today for McLaren? This is not an ideal home Grand Prix for McLaren. Not only is it my home Grand Prix, it's McLaren as the team's home Grand Prix. So Gasly's just up the road then. Let's see if we can close them in. I mean, we're coming under pressure from Romain Grosjean. We don't want to be getting stuck in any sort of battles here. He's on the outside. Give it a bit of a lift through there. The cars are heavy with fuel at the minute. And we're bogged down a little bit. And here comes the Haas of Grosjean. Keep him at bay as we come through these maggots, Beckett's and whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called, but we're bogging down completely. I'm in the wrong gears. So starting on these medium tyres is going to prove difficult because we're going to struggle for now. But these tyres will go deeper into the race, so we should start to pick up some pace. Now, can we hold it around the outside of the Haas of Grosjean? Yes, we can. What a lovely move around the outside that is. I will take that. So ending the first lap then. We are under pressure from Grosjean again. Oh my god. Coming through turn 1, tried to make a mistake like we did in qualifying. Grosjean backed out of that completely. He struggled to hold it around the outside there. And we're going to have to watch this gap to Gasly. I thought we might have been able to close down the gap a little bit, but these medium tyres are proving a lot more difficult than I anticipated. But I'm going to keep it going in Rich. Now we've got more engine power. I've noticed that the engine's using more fuel, so we're going to have to start fuel saving a bit more, and the Rich mix doesn't go as far now, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword. We're going to have to start improving the fuel consumption on this engine, but I still want more power. I always want more power from the engine, but Alonso is struggling behind Grosjean. He can't clear him, so as McLarens are struggling here at Silverstone, just not marrying up with our cars. We get a bit on the AstroTurf without the grip the loss of grip as you go wide there is crazy. So DRS is now available. We're trying to catch up to Hartley and Gasly, the two Toro Rossos, with that Honda powered Toro Rosso, and they were getting into a bit of a battle at the end of the previous lap, but they didn't actually lose too much time. We're starting to catch up now as the tyres are starting to come into play, but we're just going to have to keep putting in the lap times and trying to bring down this gap to the cars ahead. Here we go then, we got a bit of a run on Hartley as we're losing the rear. How did we catch that one? Wow. Let's take a replay of that. That was absolutely crazy. So here we go then. Got a run in the dirty air coming up behind the Toro Rosso there, and look at that, crazy drifting it through there, holding it. How on earth did we manage to hold that one? So we've got the engine overtake mode. We're desperately trying to catch up to Hartley, but it's not going to work. We're going to have to stick in behind him for another lap, I think. So here we go. This is our opportunity to get past Brendan Hartley. Got the DRS, got it in overtake mode. Hartley hasn't got anything to defend other than his DRS, and we're going to be coming straight up the inside of him. Thank you very much. And what is going on up here? There's a massive group of cars. There's two Force Indias, a Toro Rosso and a Renault. So we're making our way up through the field nicely now. We're on these medium tyres. They're a better race tyre than the soft tyre overall. So it's going to help us really catch up to the guys ahead, which is what we need. And we're going to be pitting later, so we'll be on the faster tyres at the end, so that'll be good for us. So I'm going to line myself up for a move here. We're going to get the DRS and use the overtake mode, but everyone else has got it, so they're all pulling away. I'm gonna save some fuel here, not some fuel, some ERS. I'm just going to stick it in behind for now. But we're going quickly at the minute, which is encouraging. This group of cars, then we're coming up to the next DRS zone, but I get a terrible run at the end of every lap compared to everyone else. And here comes Brendan Hartley. So here we go, trying to get a run on the guys ahead, but they're just so close to each other, they're pulling away in the slipstream. I'm going to save some of this ERS deployment. I'm going to save it for when, oh my god, there's been a crash or something. Oh, behind, the Toro Rosso behind, safety car deployed, second safety car in a row. I'm going to come in for some tyres. This is, so, lap 6 coming for the soft tyres, which is what we're going to do. So we're going to go longer in the race on the soft tyres, which is not ideal, but it's about time to pit, and I'm not losing out on some places because of a safety car. But those who pitted on the last lap are going to be absolutely loving this. So everyone is coming in the pits. Two Force Indias are in the pits. They're backing up. And now we're trying to come into the pits. Right, this is going to be a very hectic pit stop, and it's the longest pit lane ever in the F1 games. So, oh no, Fernando's in behind us, that's okay. So everyone's in the pits. This is going to be interesting. But out of everyone, look, they're all stacking up. What is going on here? Everyone's stacking up. Jesus, I'm so glad I'm not the first McLaren in. And here comes Fernando. Let's go, there we go. Fernando, oh, that's good for Fernando Alonso. So we're going to come out, we're not going to come out in 5th place surely, and we're going to be on the faster tyres, but we're going to have to manage them the whole way. That is the only downside to this, and we're going to come out 5th place. So this strategy has paid off. A bit of luck with the safety car. The racing gods are just on our side. The F1 career mode gods, they're just on our side this career mode. What a start to this season, and we're going to be in a chance, because it's all going to be backed up. If we can clear Perez quickly, we're going to be in a chance of getting a podium. Whether we've got the pace to challenge for a podium is a completely different story, but we've got the fuel, we've got the tyres, and we've got the battery fully charged up, ready to get going. So let's get to the end of this safety car period. So we're going to be going racing anytime, any minute now. When Vettel pulls the pin, we're going to be going, and we're off. Oh, let's go. Get a decent result up the inside of Perez. Oh, nice. A nice early move. He's trying to stick it on the inside, and he's bashed us completely up the inside. This has not been a very efficient overtake, but we get the job done around the outside, and we're through. And now we can use these fresher tyres to try and catch up to the guys ahead. They're going to be on the medium tyres, so we've got an advantage on the tyres, but we do have to make them last, of course, to the end of this Grand Prix. So we're going to be using rich mix, going to be using overtake mode, everything we've got to try and close down the gap to Bottas. So 1.3 seconds is the gap to Bottas. Can we close it down? We've got plenty of laps left. We've got everything on our side to be able to try and get another podium. Back-to-back podiums would be fantastic. Oh, The Mercedes, they've both come into the pits. They haven't pitted yet. The even weirder thing is they're stacking them. Why would they do that? That makes absolutely no sense to me. 2.7 seconds is the gap to Vettel. Now Vettel is on an absolute monster of a charge at the minute in this Grand Prix. It might be tough to close him down, but we've got the best opportunity. We've got the better tyres, got the battery, we've got the fuel mixture, we've got everything. And Magnussen's going to be on for a podium here. And then the Toro Rosso behind him, and then the Force India behind him. So what is going on here at Silverstone? An absolutely crazy race today. If you guys are enjoying this race, remember to smash that like button. It's coming across the line on lap number 10. 2.7 seconds is the gap to the car ahead. So the engineer just confirming that we do need to get to the end of the race on these tyres, although we are closing in. We're closing in on Vettel. We're closing in by about half a second, so I think he must have used all his battery up to try and pull out this gap. I mean, we have two, but we're starting to catch him and reel him in now. I'm going to keep the deployment up, keep it in rich mix, see what we can do over the next few laps then. So as you can see, looking at the tyres, that is the current state of the tyres, about 23% wear on average over all the tyres, especially the rears. We've been really heavy on the rears so far in this game, but let's see if we can keep reeling in Vettel. We might start to lose touch with him. Yep, we've lost a bit of time. The gap's back up to over 3 seconds now, so Vettel, I think he is just controlling the pace, so we need to start controlling our pace and see if we can just manage these tyres to the end of the race. So comes the end of the penultimate lap. We're going to be starting the final lap of this race, and we're currently sat happy in second place. We've got Magnussen all the way back there, about 3 seconds behind. So we've got it quite nice and easy here. Just bring the car home now. We've got it in standard mix. I am not putting more wear on the engine than we need to. I'm just going to bring it home. We're going to go looking, hopefully as long as I don't jinx it, to get back-to-back second places, back-to-back podiums for McLaren. I wouldn't have thought it starting from last place here today. It's just all gone our way today, and I can't be happier, so let's just bring it home. So here we go, bringing the car home then. Look at those tyres on the right. A few more laps and Magnussen would have started to catch up to us, and Brendan Hartley's out the race. He must have crashed out or something, but Vettel takes the win, and we take back-to-back podiums here in the first season of career mode. Right then, so you can see Vettel to the win from us, and then Kevin Magnussen, then Daniel Ricciardo in fourth, recovering to fourth place after a shambles in the pits, and the two Mercedes both outside the points. They're throwing this year away. What are they doing? I don't know what happened to Fernando Alonso. He started all the way back in 16th place. He struggled today. I'm not sure why. We did alright, although we did start to struggle towards the end with our tyres. So maybe this McLaren isn't suited and we got incredibly lucky. But let's take a look at the standings now. As you can see, we're still in 6th place. We're closing on Kimi Räikkönen now. Only 7 points off of him in the drivers' standings, and Fernando Alonso is being closed in by Carlos Sainz, and we're really starting to do well in this championship now. We're really starting to reel in the points. We're closing on Red Bull as well in the constructors, which is good, but there we have it. Right, taking a look at the rivalries then, we should be doing pretty decent now in the rivalries. Yeah, we're leading both of them against Fernando and against Daniel Ricciardo, so we've really come to a good point in our career now, only halfway through our first season. We've had an absolutely fantastic start to the season. I wasn't expecting it at all. I was expecting to struggle to get into the points every single race this season, but it's been alright. McLaren's been a good team. I've got it on 100 difficulty. It's not exactly the easiest difficulty, but I'm going to turn it up again for the next round. That's what we're going to have to do, but we've got some more resource points now, which are going to make this McLaren even quicker. Look how much reputation we've got with the team. They absolutely love us again. What is going on with this team? Right, so I'm not going to do any of these time attack or pursuit things in today's episode. So that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. If you did enjoy, remember to smash the like button. Remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links will be in the description for some IRL updates, stuff like that. So do make sure to go give me a follow over there. I'll be getting more active on Instagram especially, so keep an eye out over there. So remember to subscribe if you are new to the channel for more F1 2018 career mode. And for now, we will see you in the next